190. What did you guys think of Nintendo Direct?
I was looking forward to it and I completely missed it.
I was fucking pissed and I smashed all my shit. I didn't see it.
I wish it was indirect. That's what I need. I need a Nintendo Indirect where they hint at things.
They should just give hints. It should
yeah,
be.
don't
It should
tell
be a code.
me. That's oh wow! You spoiled my fun.
There's going to be a new game with a certain plumber, a certain Italian plumber with a red hat.
Who? I wouldn't know. I got to go to my my guy VB20's page and figure out. I'm gonna run some ideas through him.
So is that like
That guy's
E3 but for Nintendo?
They do them a
I
few
think so.
times a
Didn't they
year.
get rid of E3?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, E3's dead now, but Nintendo does these Nintendo Directs, and I think this last one was just like indie games. The next week is a Pokemon one, and so they do those like 4 times a year, 3 times a year. I don't know, and like they just announce what's coming next.
I think Pokemon, they should declare victory against Pal World now that the
True.
player base is going down again. Because there's
Yeah,
not that much
well.
content in that game. Like, you kind of...
Exactly.
The difficulty scales up so quickly. Like, you catch all the Pokemon. It's very different than the actual Pokemon games, where you can basically use one and beat the whole thing by pressing A. And you wish it was a little more difficult, but with this one, it's like... It gets so grindy. Like, level 50 is the max level, and it takes you, like... It would take me, like, probably 300 hours to get to level 50. And it's like, well, I've already seen all the Pokemon. Fuck this game.
That annoying Kiwi streamer, he's annoying because he's like a edgelord, but Quinn, he beat the game on hardcore. No deaths, beat the boss. It's crazy.
Interesting. Because I knew that's why like it made me laugh when all those like and they're just kids. They're just dumb fucking teenagers in like early 20s that were like, Nintendo needs to sue. Powder all the same. They need to sue. And it's like, why would Nintendo care? Like Pal World, okay, the opening day, like it's like the best selling game, but all of those games just have like nothing after that unless like your community builds it up. But like people are just gonna leave the game. It doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
What I found goofy was that people were upset about stealing these like insanely original Pokemon characters like a caterpillar or a seal or a dragon. Like I is it corny if they use AI? Yeah, but like who gives a shit?
I was going over the top with it myself, like on my stream when somebody was like, how do you feel about it? Because obviously I don't give a fuck. And I was just fucking like, this is my fucking childhood. I see dying in front of me to capitalism. Like, it's Pokemon. And I said, I was the guy in Pirate Software's chat when he was playing it, donating like $150, like crying, like basically saying what I just said. And he had to be like, all right, I'm going to refund this because I see you're not happy with what I'm playing. It's so funny.
That's cool to get mad about Pokemon and plagiarism and all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Like they're ripping off animals.
Like it doesn't matter what Nintendo has. They have billions of dollars.
To paraphrase Nick Mullen, they made one that's just a set of keys. It's just a set of keys.
It's a really strong Pokemon.
It is pretty good. I do like all the new ghost ones, like the ghost tree, the ghost pumpkin.
Oh, Trevenant, that's a great one.
Yeah, they added a lot of ghost dual types, which they didn't have too many of them before.
Early on, I think there's only like a couple types they don't have now, but they're fun. They have some fun little guys that they build on there, but fucking steal them. Who cares?
Yeah, who cares?
Also,
fuck Pokemon.
Also, it was very funny when everybody was like complaining about it. Like, well, the like CEO of the company that made Pal World said like they used AI, and it's like, well, actually, he just said like, AI would be interesting to use in a game. And it was like, it's like so icky, and it's like that's just moron speak for like,
man.
Yeah, sure,
fuck.
maybe who can cares, dog?
I hate the AI guys, but those people are so annoying. It's people who like they only want to play Undertale.
Mm-hmm.
They just want to play Undertale over and over again, and they're like, I'm not fucking playing this because it has AI in it. Or someone mentioned AI, or like anything. If like someone's cousin's dentist used the Bing image creator, it's like, I can't fucking play this game. Fuck this.
I was about to say, I already sided with the artists, of course. Like, I think it's shitty when it does replace jobs.
Yeah, if there's a real reason to pay an artist, pay an artist.
Yeah, but I also feel like a lot of people will use AI as like this big umbrella excuse of why they can't do whatever they're trying to do. Like, even if there's no like direct correlation, it's just easy to say. It turns into that for a lot of people so easily.
There are people that draw SpongeBob having sex with Squidward. And now they're like, now AI is the reason they don't make money.
Well, AI is the reason I forgot to make the bed this morning. It's the reason I didn't brush my teeth.
Oh, you didn't update your app that tells you all that?
Yeah. AI took that over for me. And so now I can't do it. And so, like, is it right for me to get in trouble? Is it right for my wife to ground me in my boy room?
I'm going to create an app where if you don't get a certain chore done by a certain time of day, your phone just locks and shows you gore for like 20 minutes.
No! What if I like that?
The video's coming. Yeah, there's like an edgy guy just ignoring all of his responsibilities watching.
The chore you're supposed to do is cleaning up a bunch of gore you made.
Yeah. It's called Chore or Gore. That's my new app.
Chore or Gore.
Chore or Gore.
That's really good.
Chore or Gore.
Nobody steal that.
I hate gore. It would suck to be gored.
Yeah, true.
That would be one of the worst ways to die, would be to be gored by some sort of beast.
I don't know. That wouldn't be terrible.
Like a rhinoceros?
Gored. Yeah, I think you would die immediately by a rhinoceros.
It's hard to survive being gored.
I think every guy that thinks that they can, because it's like the dumb guy thing to talk about. It's like, I guess not even dumb guy. It's more Reddit now to talk about like I could fight a bear or I could fight a horse or just anything like that. Any guy that says he could fight a bear should do the running of the bulls in Pamplona.
So let's do the opposite of let's be Reddit here for a second. Let's do the opposite of that though.
Easy
And
for me.
what's the smallest animal you could take in a fight?
I'm just
Myself.
a
You
small
could just stomp
boy.
on a mouse and kill.
Dark me in the mirror.
The one that I was trying to turn into the new. Ask your boyfriend how often he thinks of the Roman Empire. Mine, ask your boyfriend how many kindergartners it would take to bring him down in a fight. But the guy that just answers, I would fight just one and beat the fuck out of it.
How many kindergartners would it take to assassinate Julius Caesar?
Such a weird answer. I would fight just one kindergartner, just beat the shit out of him for
That's
hours.
all I need.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Man.
I actually have one in mind.
Yeah.
His
Don't
name's
want to
Brendan.
press my luck.
Yeah.
His name's Brendan, and he really pissed me off.
He's a little Giga Chad.
He's a little Giga Chad. He's a chud.
Get mad at a Giga Chad kid.
My neighbor is a Giga Chad chud, and he's 5.
Bro, that's like a mock tack thought. Get mad at a Giga Chad 10-year-old.
He's too based for his own good.
God, that is something he would do, looking out the window and seeing a kid just playing with a baseball. Being like,
Ooh,
he has it so
somebody should take
fucking good, I could never do that.
Good Lord.
Someone should take the
Please.
cover of Jack the Robin
me.
Williams movie and make it say mock tack with mock tack up in the window.
He was tweeting some crazy stuff about the Lord taking him,
Yeah.
but which is what he always does, right? It's just attention.
He's been
just
on this
like,
homie now shit.
You can't do that. That's not Christian. You don't get to go to heaven if you're saying, God, please kill me.
He's been doing Tom's fucking shoe on the first story
know.
balcony posting all
for just
week.
months and years. But he's been going heavy into it, which is always just interesting to see.
It must be so hard to not have any financial responsibilities.
Yeah, his life is so tough.
I feel so bad he doesn't. I'm just thinking about all the bills I have to pay that he doesn't, and I just feel so bad for him.
He has the same life basically as like a 13-year-old dog.
He's just a baby. He's just a giant baby that can walk around and use a spoon. He wears oversized clothing. There's like wet marks all over it.
Exactly. He's a gray
There's
in
a
the
lot of
face dog.
comparison.
He's an old hound dog.
I want an old hound dog.
Just a 1.5-year-old. That's my
Crying all the
1.5-year-old.
time. Oh man, what a lad!
What would
I
be the
love him.
worst dog to have?
Racist one.
An Irish guy reviewing mock tack. What a class lad.
I would say the worst dog to have would be a werewolf because they would bite you and attack.
That's true.
And they're humanoid.
one.
If you have a werewolf, can you claim them as a dependent? If you have a pet
no.
that's part humanoid, you should be able to because like you're probably buying human food.
Mm-hmm. Well,
What is
you're
a
probably
werewolf?
buying
Do you feed a
people.
werewolf kibble?
people. You feed it people.
You feed a people. How do you get the
Yeah.
people?
Well, you got to get people. You
Wait, do
you
they
gotta
really
find
eat
people.
people? I thought they just bit you and made you a werewolf.
No, they'll eat people too. They'll rip you apart.
Yeah.
Why can't they eat like a dog?
Well, I'm sure they eat like sheep and shit, and like maybe they wouldn't eat another dog.
Maybe
it's
they
like
felt a
it's like a
kinship with
human
it.
eating a human.
Eating a
Like
sheep
dogs,
would be such a
dogs
pain
don't
in the
eat
ass.
dogs,
Yeah.
right? Like unless they have to, a dog wouldn't eat a dog. They would eat something else.
Imagine just biting into the side of the side of a sheep. You would never be able to get the hair out of your mouth. You'd be
Well, what if
pulling it off.
What if it
You would
was
have a hairball.
freshly shorn?
Well, that would be okay.
Do you guys think Teen Wolf kicked off a lot of the furry stuff? Like those sorts of shows.
I think it was Balto.
The,
Cool and
the
Sexy.
show. I was
Balto.
Balto was a big part of it, yeah.
I think, yeah, maybe. I mean, I don't know. I think just wanting to be an animal and fucking, well, that
Probably
goes
just
back
Disney's
to
fault for making them all talk.
that goes back even just like to, well, let's say the Roman Empire, or even before. People would just wear wolf
pagan
head and
gods.
just fuck.
There
Look
was
at all
some
those
guy
look at all
in-
those drawings in ancient Egypt where someone had a bird head or someone had
Yeah.
a wolf head. You think those guys weren't doing that shit?
There was
They were
some guy
furries.
that lived in the fucking plains, like right after the Dust Bowl period, and he watched Bambi, and he's like, I would love to be Bambi's stepdad.
Yeah, some say
Awesome.
Anubis. Anubis was the first furry.
True.
Many are saying this.
It's true. And Anubis is in Pal World.
Oh, that's right.
To bring it
'Cause everyone's
back,
mad
he
about,
might be the best pal.
Oh wow.
He leads my team. He's
Anubis
great
Half
at
Warrior is also one of the best pets in World of Warcraft.
Oh wow.
The Pokemon version in like retail, could you do the pet battles?
I
It's
like
one
that
of
there's
those-
an Egyptian god named
That's
Seth.
True.
His name is just Seth.
That's
the
the
whole
biblical
thing.
name, which has always been funny to me.
Yeah, those ones are so funny when there's
It's
a
like reading the
biblical
book of
name
Todd.
that's like, yeah, the
There's
book,
Jacob.
the book of
there's
Matt.
Isaac. It's interesting they had Jacobs and Isaacs, and then
Jake.
there's just like just shit like that.
The
All
second
right.
letter of Ronald to Burger King.
I think instead of changing Jacob's name to Israel, God should have
Mhm.
changed it to Jake.
Yeah.
That should have been his
Makes
new
more
name
sense.
when he gave them the new name to symbolize the covenant.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I feel
Oh
you. I
my
feel
god,
you.
bro! Look at this covenant.
God!
I don't know enough about the Bible to riff on it, but imagine if it was Jake, our friend.
I would hate to
well, you
carry
gotta-
around the
you-
Ark of the
you
Covenant.
We got to do a Bible stream. We got to do a Bible,
we need a Bible
relaunch
reading.
stream. Come on.
Yeah,
We
I
gotta learn
should, I should
about
do
this.
a reading the Bible stream.
All of
Yeah,
our
that
favorite
sounds super
scriptures.
interesting. All right, starting with Matthew, verse 1.
All right, something about Jesus being born, and there's a
Mhm. Okay,
census.
Christmas.
That stuff didn't really happen. There was a supposed census where everyone had to come back to like the birthplace of their grandfather.
Let's
Which
cap.
there's no record of that in the Roman Empire around that time, but that's how they explained him being born in Bethlehem, even though he's clearly born in Nazareth.
Well, here's the thing. You say it didn't happen. Okay, but we have fucking Christmas.
It's true.
Yep.
We have Christmas. So
Yeah.
there's history there. They wouldn't just set up Christmas.
When is
That's his
Christmas
birthday.
supposed to have happened though? Didn't they just move it so it's not so close to Easter?
Yeah, I think if you look up like the context clues, it doesn't give an actual date, but it was springtime.
Yeah.
Well, so here's the thing, Michael. He didn't want it. It was overlapping with Follow Friday.
yeah.
So he
That's
said,
true.
"I'll just move- I'll
That's
move
how he
my
got his 12
birthday
followers
Christmas."
by doing Follow Friday.
Which is a reference to a home halfway tweet and not playing dead. Remember that? It's like that's
Oh,
home
yeah.
halfway. When the guy's like, "That's playing dead," he's like, "It's like, no, it's not.
No.
You fucking idiot. That's home halfway." I'm like,
Yeah, playing dad's not getting away with that. We're not letting him get away with
yeah,
that
that
by
was
putting
that
that
was
on home
playing
halfway.
dead. He's like, no, I think that was home halfway actually.
Yeah, that's
That was
him.
another guy. That was certainly not me.
He's just like he's a woman now, like on the like fucking LO hell.
Yeah.
The guy
That would be
was
such
on his
a good
wife's
bit.
account for 6 years till they got divorced.
Like coming back as a new guy specifically to pin your shit on somebody else. Like Connor Golden coming back on a new account and being like, yeah, no, all that shit was actually Lana Del Raytheon. People confuse him. All that stuff Connor Golden supposedly
Hey guys,
did. Yeah.
didn't you hate when Lana Del Rey
I feel like
ate
that
those
sort of thing
quarters?
has happened where like someone gets in trouble or gets canceled for something, and then somebody else shitty comes back to be like, "I knew it all along." Everybody's like, "Fuck you too, dumb fuck," and they leave again.
Hey guys, I guess I'm not as bad as them.
I can't think of any examples, but it sounds so familiar that it's such like a 2015 thing to happen, like a Dr. Ass thing or something.
Yeah, it probably happened with like Shane Vader.
Oh man,
Here's
God damn.
$3,000. Go make magic, Shane. Thank you, Guillermo del Toro. Guillermo del
thank-
Porno.
Bill Bull.
No point.
Fuck, man. Bill Bull.
Bill
Thank you,
Bull.
Bill Bull. Thank you, Bull Bull.
I'm not saying that whole thing.
Hey, what did he call him? Guillermo del Toro instead of Bill Bull Baggins, like he made Lord of the Rings.
Ooh.
Dumb fuck.
I didn't know he was from New Zealand.
Yeah, just learned myself. Oh God.
Maori fella gave me hid.
Big news this week. Very, very trying time in in the nation. We had a red flag, a false flag.
Yeah.
Almost breakup.
Oh yeah.
As part of Vlogs Nation, I feel like we have to update that Vlogs and his 7-day girlfriend maybe broke up for a day and then got back together.
He was having a classic February to February relationship.
Sunday to Sunday relationship.
Oh, he's so cool.
And that was interesting because he started posting about how sad he was, and then immediately started posting like videos of him doing push-ups poorly, his shirt off selfies, in the mirror selfies with the shirt off, and then he posted a picture of himself with the shirt off and was like, it's gonna be lit or fire or whatever, and then it was a picture of him as like a chubby like 12-year-old. Like it was supposed to be like growth. Like, I'm not that guy anymore.
Yeah, it's such a glow up.
You could have posted the hundreds of photos you have when you were just super fucking fat at like 22 and then at 24. Anytime you lived at home and you didn't have to buy your own food.
He went
and you
so
got
far
fat.
back for that.
He really can't attribute it to anything because it's not caused by anything he's doing on purpose. He's just losing weight because of, I don't know, pills or not eating or like...
No, I'll tell you what it is. It's because like when he moved to Colorado, he got super skinny because he wasn't living at home. So he can't drink the soda his mom buys. He can't eat the food his mom buys. So he had to like do all that and just stopped eating. I knew so many guys like in college or like right after college, like when they just lost weight to like not healthily, and it's like they went gaunt because like they just were like, oh, I'll just eat like Cheez-Its for dinner, and then
it's like when you touch a
just
baby animal too much, they don't learn how to hunt.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'll just have
they don't
soda.
doesn't know how to take care of himself, and so like they just lose weight and like sort of get skinny. And like, damn, I didn't even work out for this. It's like, you are dying.
He was texting his girlfriend saying, my mom didn't make dinner, so I guess I'm not gonna have dinner.
26 years old, got that runt dick.
It's so cool. Such a dickhead.
He must have good dick though, because in the span of a week, he made 4 or 5 fan cam TikToks of old pictures of her and videos of them together with awful songs over it, and made his entire background her on both monitors, but with different collages of old pictures of her from before they knew each other.
So fucked up.
And
if I did that of my wife, she would be like, what the fuck are you doing? That's weird.
Yeah.
Post basically every text message they ever have on his Twitter with the caption yeet.
Every time she texts him like, hey, you want to sleep over tonight? He goes, yeet. What do you think, gang? What do you think, Vlogs Nation?
I'm getting a blowjob. Cake. Yeet.
I'm getting blown by her cake.
He's got a bunch of wrestling fans that are on like their 8th alt account posting from the group home being like, you're so lucky.
It's just like, it's people younger than him or just guys exactly like him.
Yeah,
it's just wrestlers.
It sucks. The only people that are going to think he's cool are people like that. They're going to be kids or people who are like not mentally capable to do things. Yeah. But you just can't get people away from that. Like you can't convince someone that like you're not going to have power over other people. Like you're not going to be the coolest guy in the room. And the only way that's going to happen for you is if you surround yourself with people who like can't tie their shoes. That's just a hard truth. Like that's what it's going to look like if you want to be the cool guy who has like social power over people. Yeah, but they won't take no for an answer. So they're like, all right, well, I'll just collect a gaggle of 8-year-olds whose parents don't pay attention to them. And they can say I'm cool. Will I lose at Fortnite?
They can say I'm the GOAT. So when they had their momentary breakup, FaZe Vlogs and Harley, I told my girlfriend about it, and she hasn't been she like sometimes listens to like our shit, but like hasn't recently. And she was like, I feel like he went away for a long time, and then now he's back. What do you mean? Like we've kind of just been on our FaZe Vlogs phase for kind of recently. And she had confused FaZe Vlogs with FaZe Banks. Who like is kind of the complete opposite of FaZe Vlogs, because FaZe Banks is like, well, not cool, but he has money and he's like successful, and
that's who Vlogs thinks
he has like an extra 10 IQ points. He was able to successfully parlay being that dumb guy who's like fucking drama and fake people and there's just so much bullshit. Like he's just competent enough to be able to make money from that.
It was kind of funny because, like, at first I was taken aback. Like, how do you not know whose face Vlogs is? I'm like, well, I guess when I'm not, like, streaming or podcasting or whatever, I'm not really, like, going around like, so this fucking guy that we found, he does all these room tours. He does another one, like, every 2 weeks, and he gets these girlfriends, and they break up immediately. He's just really a fail guy.
Hey, there's this loser that I like to know about.
Yeah.
That I mean, that's like, because people will ask me, like, people I know in real life will be like, Vinny's crazy. And I'm like, sure is. Like, I don't know. And like, they'll ask like, oh, what do you like when you're watching people who like tangentially, like people that work with my wife will be like, oh, like, you know, you stream. Like, yeah, I stream. And they're like, oh, like what games you play? Oh, Rainbow Six. And like, we watch videos. I'm like, what kind of videos? It's like, well, just like odd videos. Like, oh, what? And I'm like, I don't know how to describe that. I'll spend 4 hours watching a big fat man dance around in a Speedo and then a guy with a sex doll smoke fake weed and talk about how he hates women. Like, how do you explain that to anybody?
It's the worst real shit you can find on YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically
it's
what
the
I say.
real
It's
uncut shit. It's not fake. It's not someone doing a bit. It's not shtick. It's not like someone following a script. It's just real social rot.
It's awesome.
We absorb it, and it's great.
Just gangrene at the bottom of the organism.
And because Vince is just, I mean, he's just fully hating women and just open about it. He's listening to alpha male podcasts.
That's not good, man.
It's real not good.
I don't know what else you could watch, because like anything being honest to him, he's immediately going to turn off if they say, well, you kind of have to meet women halfway and like wash up your shit and not talk about Hulk Hogan and just do a couple things to show them that you're paying attention to their feelings. You said, no, fuck that. I'm awesome and everybody should tell me I'm cool and I shouldn't have to brush my teeth.
I went through all the cards, all the Juggalo cards.
I bought my sex doll a Kiss shirt, and that's why women are bitches.
I just think like I think it's good to have expectations in a relationship and be like, yeah, that's we can meet halfway and we can like different things as well. I don't need you to sit here and watch 15 hours of wrestling.
Yeah, I don't need you to know exactly whose face Vlogs is.
Yeah,
it's fine.
I like you because you don't.
It's good to have some overlap, but not the exact same.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure.
Y'all don't teach your girls to say yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I just got permission to call her mommy.
God.
MAMI. Neither one of these people.
That must be so foreign
Latino.
if you're like not a wrestling fan and for some reason you find this wrestling fan that you want to control and get into a relationship with.
Yeah.
And then he's like doing all these wrestling memes, like the mommy thing. Like, do I have permission to call you mommy? And you're just like, yeah, shut up, man.
I wish I want to sit her down and be like, listen, you can do a lot better. You could find a guy with a job at least, or a car. Well, either one. Pick one of those and you can find a guy.
Or someone who doesn't talk about John Cena all the time.
Someone who's not going to also post all of your texts on his Twitter page. Like, maybe he texts his friends, but like, this guy doesn't have any friends.
What do you think the appeal of him is to Harley?
Big dick.
Yeah, he's like
dick,
just a squirter.
But
he makes you squirt like a waterfall.
Yeah.
Every Harley needs a Joker.
Shut up.
She's been engaged like him, so I think they just both need to be in a relationship.
Yeah, I think it's just a need to like meet and date, and then you
best
just see
outcome.
him.
She's very mean to him, and I can tell. And I hope it means that she'll make him get a job.
I hope so. She's rolling his eyes at him filming her driving.
Oh, that was so annoying.
He was lying to his friend yesterday. That was like, "How much do you make streaming?" He's like, "About $20 a day starting out."
Oh,
this cat.
No, you don't.
He spent $20 total.
But that's it. Like, so for the audience who may not be familiar, he posted a bunch of videos on his Twitter page where he was listening to songs. He was listening to Hotline Bling and then wrestling songs in the car while she was driving. And she like rolled her eyes, flipped him off, said, "Stop filming." Was just clearly annoyed, and he kept doing it. And they've been dating for less than 7 days. When you're dating, the new relationship is you're supposed to like be as like careful as possible.
Yeah.
And like not be the worst version of you.
Turn the camera
like,
off.
I'm such a great. Oh yeah, I would never bother you on purpose.
Well, that's the other thing
not
is
like me.
most women would be the fuck out of there like after the sweep.
Of course.
But it's crazy.
Which she was.
I love him texting her at like 8:30 p.m. and being like, "Guess I'm not eating tonight. My mom didn't make dinner." And it's like, you're 26. You probably missed dinner because you're napping or something.
I thought that was a bit that his mom didn't make him dinner, so he's just going to bed hungry. Is that's something that he was texting her?
Yeah, he
Well, he's
texted
trying to
her
get
and then
her to
posted
bring
it on
him
Twitter.
Cheeseburgers.
Yeah, he was just trying to get.
a cheeseburger drop off.
Yeah, he's basically saying explicitly, "Can you be my new mom?
Yeah, that's all he's looking for is a new mom.
My
or
old
just
mom
like
is slacking."
he's looking for free
My
Uber
old
Eats.
mom's old.
Can I get free Uber Eats where you pick up food for me and then get it and deliver it to me and then you just go home?
Can you just do all this shit while I sit here and be delusional about being famous? I just talk about how I'm like, I pat myself on the back for knowing who John Cena is.
And that's nothing new. Like so many guys, especially that age, are looking for like my new mom, someone to take care of me. But for him, it's, I don't know. He's such an extreme. The fact that like he thinks he can like not work and he's lying about making $20 a day. That's like, come on.
He tweets sometimes 200 times a day, so there's no way she's looking at all those. He could say whatever about her and she's not going to see it.
Yeah, no one can. You have to book, if it's a funny tweet of his, you have to bookmark it because otherwise it's just lost in the ether. Like,
Yeah, he's also shadow banned. He posts so much. You can't even search him right now.
Yeah, you cannot scroll through his media and be like, oh, that was a funny video from 2 days ago because it is 1,000 wrestling gifs and then he's 6 pictures and then one video.
He's so shadow banned too that like disabled his embeds. So no one is even seeing his shit. Like if you drop a tweet of his into a Discord, it won't even embed half the time. And it'll say this isn't available when you click through it. It's hilarious.
Because he's just like, yeah, he's a bot. I was about to say, he's just a bot.
He tweets more than spam accounts and he posts the same thing so many times in a row, like images, that they're just like, okay, fucking bot.
It's just, it's so hollow at the center because what's driving him is this need for validation, this need to be a personality on the internet. Like everybody has to know who I am. But then the shit you're posting is just spam. You're just posting generic spam. So it's like, is that who you are? 300 wrestling gifs? That's what you need the world to recognize?
And the Tiger Woods big dog gif.
I do think we are just jealous because now he has 4 monitors that look at him. And one has the game.
Is he's a 5th monitor streamer for other people, and most people don't have 5 monitors.
Oh, God. And he still hasn't upgraded the GPU.
No, he hasn't done anything.
Fucking goddamn it. He's so incredible.
He's just collecting monitors and connecting them to his PC and also just
draining
like
GPU power.
Just
He's already got a GPU that like having a dual monitor setup on that on a 1050 Ti in one of them being a game, that's like really pushing it. But having 5 monitors plugged into the same card,
it rocks.
Fucking goddamn.
So like when he tweets out like "come to the live" and like it's his screen, and then like he has the chat on the top monitor, and it's just like the same person who typed 3 times and like nothing else.
He's so puzzling too. He fills up that Prime bottle with water, but he doesn't tell people it's water. He says it's Prime, but he's like, "Yeah, fuck Logan Paul, but it's good." Like he wants people to think he's drinking Prime all the time, but it's just one that he keeps refilling.
Because he wants an opportunity to say fuck Logan Paul.
Because then maybe Logan sees it, and then Logan's like, "Oh no, I gotta wrestle this guy."
We're going viral, gang. If you watch him too much, you start talking through your teeth like that.
Good morning, gang.
God
Before and after.
I don't know why you would even hate Logan Paul. Like for being a self-centered dickhead?
Yeah, because he's like new to wrestling. Like he hated his videos on YouTube. Maybe, probably not. Just because you're supposed to. I think wrestling
he's one of those guys that performatively got mad at the Suicide Forest thing.
Yeah.
Like that's the worst thing to ever happen, that he like took a picture of a guy's shoe who had already been dead for 3 months.
But like Logan Paul in wrestling, like I know he plays the heel character. They did like some Raw or SmackDown or some shit in Vancouver, and he's beefing with Kevin Owens, who's Canadian. Anyways,
Good.
Like Logan Paul, like on the
Pussy.
mic was talking about how like everyone from here is losers. Like you're gonna riot if you don't win another Stanley Cup type thing. Like he goes out and like antagonizes the audience, which is like what a heel's supposed to do, right? So I think he just takes it literally and is like, oh yeah, this guy's I fucking hate him. He's so rude. And then he also filmed the Suicide Forest, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. But Vlogs acts like a heel. He doesn't realize that he acts like a heel. He's always saying like, fuck you. You don't appreciate me. I'm better than all y'all. Y'all are fucking stupid and you don't even deserve me. Fuck you. But then he thinks he's John Cena.
It was last week he lost like 100 bot account followers and made that super long post about how nobody fucking does anything for him. It's all fucking bullshit. Like he's been working and grinding and he's not even getting as many follows and it just fucking sucks. No one's doing anything. And the same like 3 accounts would be like, hey bud, are you okay?
He's basically just doing the Maja thing too, where he's like, let's all follow each other and not post content.
Just follow for follow.
We don't do
Well,
anything.
he's going to post content. It's just like reply gifs from back and forth to each other.
Sometimes he'll post 20-minute VODs of wrestling matches he simulated on like some of the worst games ever made.
It's true. Some games that can't even run on his computer.
Not being able to run the emulators is so fucked up.
AEW
An emulator
game,
from 10 years ago.
The AEW game that even people in our Discord was like, this is notoriously one of the worst wrestling games of all time. And he was tweeting stuff like, people say it's really bad, but if you ignore this, and this, it's pretty good. And he's just playing it on like emulator too. But good lord,
And he was bragging about that too.
bad.
People were replying like, no, that game sucks. I returned it one day after.
Yeah.
He's like, no, well, I got it for free. I got it for free. Emulators rule. I think he did say emulators rule.
He did.
And he can't run the fucking game. And it's also a shitty game. Like, why don't you go play Zelda or something?
Like,
go play Super Mario Sunshine.
Play any other game. Any other game, man.
Play Space Invaders.
Play NCAA 2014. Oh wait.
Well, no, hold on.
The last one they made, and they're gonna make a new one, and I'm sure he's gonna get it on release day and not be able to run it.
Of course not. He can't run anything on his computer. He's playing like Warzone right now.
I love how
I don't know how it runs.
Alex has a Spotify playlist of all of his songs because he listens to like 10 songs, but he like doubled his playlist size this week because the new wrestling game came out and has a new soundtrack of like newer songs.
Oh my god.
So of course any song that he's listening to that's new, you go and look at that soundtrack and there it is. You're like, oh cool.
Yeah, it's always on some wrestling shit.
That rocks. I love that he has like he listens to video game music, but it's just from wrestling games. So it's just
it's
like
mostly just people's intros music.
Yeah,
of course.
Let me give some of the tracks here. Cult of Personality by Living Color, which is a walk-on theme. Real American Rick Derringer, of course. Voices Randy Orton by Rev Theory. What is Love by Hadaway.
Nice.
The Man by Aloe Black.
From his
EXO Tour Life.
From the Steph Curry video he always posts.
The Sweet Escape by Gwen Stefani. Hotline Bling. Gasoline by The Weeknd. Grindin' by NF. Kingdom by Downstate. Wild Child by The Black Keys. God's Gonna Cut You Down by Johnny Cash. All of the Lights by Kanye. Really Really by Kevin Gates. Make It Better featuring Smokey Robinson by Anderson .Paak. Please Don't Go by Joel Adams. Waiting for Superman Daughtry. White Walls Macklemore. Sweet Child of Mine. We Didn't Start the Fire. She's So High and Started from the Bottom.
Jesus
That's what I have so far.
man. That is me in 7th grade, like playing one of the Tony Hawks and being like, damn, this goes hard. I need to get this album. Downloading those on LimeWire.
If you watch him play Fortnite for like 20 minutes, you'll hear The Sweet Escape by Gwen Stefani 3 times.
It's such a funny thing to listen to over and over again. I love it.
I'll just look over at Discord and see people typing,
Woo!
That is like a nightmare playlist to have some like a coworker playing at work.
Yeah, I'm gonna put all these on touch tunes.
I'm gonna put them on a booty mix CD and throw it out my window. A bunch of them.
Yeah, this is booty, all right.
There's no cohesion to it at all. It jumps all over it.
Yeah, Billy Joel to
be honest,
Lil Uzi
this is the
Vert.
most I respect him for because this is like a me-ass playlist.
Yeah,
I don't mind
it's
it at
funny.
all.
Some of them are good songs. Like She's So High, that's a great song.
A lot of them are great songs. It's just the fact that he listens
Only
to
listens
these
to
like
them.
I listen to Weird Al VHS like
Yeah.
playlist.
Yeah, I remember going to school with a kid like him and talking to him and being kind of blown away because he didn't really listen to any music. He didn't have like a favorite band or anything, and we were like 14, 15.
Oh man.
And he would only be into like WoW music and like
Pussy.
raps about Zelda.
Oh my god.
Nerdcore.
And, like, shit like that, and then he got into Dragon Force, and that was the first band he really got into. It's like I can't even understand that, like not even like getting into the Beatles when you were 8 or something.
You know what saved a bunch of like video game soundtrack nerds, which I don't think there's anything wrong with, but you gotta listen to other stuff too.
Yeah,
Like,
a lot of it's
don't be
great
a
music,
nerd.
but it's like
But-
you can't just only listen to that.
Teamwork's Ocarina of Rhyme. That made so many nerds get into like actual like rap. So like, oh, this is actually this isn't the ghetto thug shit I thought it was. Plus, it sounds cool over this song. It sounds cool over the Goron Village song.
I'm just a big MC Chris head. When he talked
Also,
about Star
a
Wars,
lot of the Koji
You know, Tom.
Kondo and what's the other guy's name? Nobuo Uematsu.
Mhm.
That stuff's all based on classical and romantic music. You can go and get into that.
Oh,
through
no
that
romantic
stuff.
movie for me. I'm
And then
forever,
it's cool.
Forever,
Yeah, I'm
forever
sure.
alone.
Yeah, Celine Dion, Michael Bolton.
Ugh. Michael Bolton.
I think Jack said Celine Dion should have done the halftime show at the Super Bowl.
Oh
Not
my
even
God.
realizing that she has like Parkinson's or something and can't perform anymore.
Fucking idiot.
And like,
She has
why
worse than
would?
Parkinson's.
Why would they? Plus, she's Canadian.
Why
She hasn't had a
would
hit
she-
in 25 years.
I mean, other than being in Vegas, like, what's the fucking point, Jack? God damn,
Yeah, and Usher also has a Vegas residency.
Yeah, so many guys do. So many people do.
Yeah,
just
that's
because,
the move now.
Yeah, that's what you do. That's been the
Why
move
wouldn't
because
you?
like you just
Your
get
average
paid.
fan is like 48.
Yeah, you get
Bro, what-
paid and it doesn't matter.
Everybody that was mad at that. I mean, I thought I'm glad we're going over the Super Bowl halftime show right now.
Mhm.
I still haven't
But,
seen it.
That's fine.
I think I said when it happened that I thought Luda and Lil Jon saved it because it was kind of Alicia Keys sounded like shit. I don't think it's her fault, but
Mhm.
she's not sounding great. Then Usher was just kind of like really boring for the first like few minutes, so it looked like it'd
Yeah.
be boring. But
Yeah, Usher
also
sucks.
like what else do you want? Remember the Detroit the last Thanksgiving game? Everybody else got some fucking cool artists. Like I think one of the games got Dolly Parton. And
Mhm.
for our Thanksgiving we got fucking Jack Harlow.
Yeah.
Not from here, and we already have a
People
white
hated
rapper
that.
from here. The fuck? We have
Or wait,
Jack
was he on
Harlow.
SNL?
Who,
I
Jack
think it was
Harlow?
SNL where everyone hated him.
Probably.
There was some sort of thing where everyone got mad at Jack Harlow.
Jack Harlow
what was I
should
gonna
know
say?
his place, and that's staying only on the song "What's Poppin'," and he can only come around when people are performing that song.
Well,
That
Tyler
Super Bowl
Hero.
thing, it reminds me of first discovering Usher through
Mhm.
Yeah and listening to it like 1,000 times when I was
Yeah.
11. And then listening to other Usher songs and being like, what? This fucking sucks.
It's
It's
not
like some
as cool.
slow ass shit about like feeling a woman's thighs. I don't want to hear this. I don't
thought
want to
it-
hear
I
slow
like
jams.
that. I thought I was fucking. I thought it was. I'm a cool ladies man for liking that shit.
I know how to
I wanna hear-
massage a
Damn,
lady.
I'm wearing my Aqua de Gio and listening to Confessions. I'm cool.
Usher needs Lil Jon and Ludacris in the room, or else he's going to turn into that. He's going to get too smooth and too sensual. And I just don't want to hear that. I want to be in party mode.
Yep.
Well, I don't
I
blame you
always-
for that.
I always got mad at Usher because he was one of those early divas where you'd hear about, like in Rolling Stone, about how he has his assistant take all the green M&Ms out and leave those in a
Mhm.
bowl for him. I'm like, so lame.
I hated
This
the
is
song
sexy,
Yeah because when that first came out, he bought like a minority share in the Cavs, and so of course they just played that song nonstop.
Oh my god.
Every fucking
Good.
game, all the time. You could always hear it, even on a TV broadcast. You could hear it being played. It just
The synth line coming out.
it was so
way in the
annoying. I got
background.
so sick of
That
it.
reminds me of the 08 Red Wings Stanley Cup run and how they fucking adopted I got a feeling.
well,
So like
hold
every
on
day
now.
on game day, like every fucking hour you'd hear on the radio, ding, ding, and they'd be like, tonight at the Joe Louis Arena, ding, ding, ding. I wasn't mad at it though. Fucking pump me up.
Yeah, listen, that's
It's
a
a good
great
song.
That's a great song,
Especially in
Some people-
2008.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or well,
Or
even
when it-
2020
or when it dropped. Yeah. Or in 2024, listen to it all day.
It's a classic.
I'll go back to that. I'll just start listening. I'll just go. I'll go
They had
into
to-
my man. He really is just like doing bits, but like unironically vlogs, just listening to the same songs over and over and over again.
Listening to Cult of Personality by
Listen.
Living Color. He's listened to that so many times.
That's
The
that's
last-
that's CM Punk's walking
Yeah.
music. So
We've all
that's
been there.
awesome.
I only remember that from Grand Theft Auto. It was one of
Yeah.
the songs in the car. That's the only time I've listened to that song like 20 times in in a year.
We've all been there before where we listen to one thing or a few songs a lot.
for
but
sure.
The fact he is like little kid mode, the way he speed runs fandoms. That's one of the funniest things about him. Like, all of a sudden he's a Cody Rhodes fan. He uses all reaction gifs Cody Rhodes and shit, and using his song, doing push-ups to it and shit.
He did a 180 on that.
That might mean that some bleach is coming for the hair.
Ooh,
that'd be sick.
Oh my god, I'd love that so much. It would look so
good.
Copper
immediately.
One time, my friend and I
love him.
He was like, oh, we should like bleach our hair, and I was like, yeah, sure, I'll do it, whatever. And then he did it, and it looked like shit, and I was like, I'm not doing that. I thought you were gonna do it. I was like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, it's hard to do it well. You have to ask a girl.
Remember like 97 when all the cool guys...
He got it done at a salon, and it looked real bad.
Shit.
And I was just like, no, I'm not doing that.
I remember like 97 or 98 when all the cool guys started getting highlights.
Mm-hmm.
And I told my mom like that summer, I was like 10 or 11, I'm like, I want to get highlights. And my dad in the other room was like, nope, gay. Nope. Nope. So funny thinking back.
See, that was smart.
My mom just taught me how to do it in the sun myself with like lemon juice
that's what we
shit.
used to do.
So I did it anyway.
The worst was
my dad did not want his sons with highlights. I guess thinking back, there was a lot of gay guys with highlights, but that's definitely all my dad thought about if he saw them.
Yeah, but like there was just so many kids. Every kid in like 2000. Whoa, that would be like.
Yeah, I remember that. I wanted to get my hair spiked up. I want to look like Mark McGrath.
My cousins would have that cap, and they'd get their tips frosted because, like, you pulled the hair
with the shower cap.
The cap.
Yeah. I did that one a few times.
Yeah,
dude.
I did that one time, and I got so annoyed at like how bad it hurt. I never did it again.
You should do it again.
I looked hot with it. It was good.
But then the lemon juice one just turned my hair orange.
We should have a Patreon goal where we all get frosted tips.
Okay.
You guys have any friends that were like only children and like no dad around, and they had like a Debbie from King of the Hill mom? I had a lot of friends that were like that, and I became like their brother because I'd hang out there, and I need a break from my fucking 100 siblings. I'm like, this is perfect. And so I'd go over there and get spoiled. That was always the best. But those kids, I'd always come home and be like, I want an earring, because they'd have one.
Mm-hmm.
And my dad'd be like, you look like a fucking homo. Why you want an earring for? Okay, Dad.
No, the only kid that I knew that like kind of had that, that was the slumber party where we started just burning everything and then got in trouble.
Oh yeah,
so weren't allowed back over there.
So funny.
Because his mom had a disease and was just basically bedridden, so she like couldn't take care.
That's
like
awful.
And yeah, it was awful. But like you could just light things. We lit the bush in front of their house on fire, and you could just hear her yelling like, "Ah, quit it! Knock it off!"
God damn it!
Oh god!
And you're just like 6th, 7th grade. So you're like, I don't fucking care.
Yeah, that's the thing. I remember one time I lit like this old trampoline on fire because they kept saying like, "Oh, we're getting rid of this. We're just throwing it in the dumpster." And I was fucking around, and then I just like lit the netting on fire, and they were like, "No, not like that! No, put it out. No, I thought you were getting rid of it.
You were getting rid of it, so that means I can burn it."
That's how your brain works when you're 13.
Yeah,
just
that's your logic.
I was looking at Guam on satellite imagery, showing my girlfriend where our house used to be, but it's like they're all demoed now, but all the old roads are still there. But the little cable boxes from behind our house by the base, like perimeter fence, are still there. Of course, I was like, that's where we used to light stuff on fire. Because nobody could see us from the houses. They would just see like a plume. Come on, be like, "Hey, you guys aren't lighting shit, are you?" They'd come and try to find the lighter, but we just have a magnifying glass hiding somewhere in the grass. So troll.
I might have told this story before, but I think it was like my parents had this big party, and they had all these coolers outside that were just full of like soda, and there was probably like 100 sodas in the cooler. And my friend slept over. We woke up, no one was at the house, and so we're like, "Oh, let's just go play outside." So we're running around outside, and we shook up one of the cans and like opened it, and it sprayed. And then we're like, "Well, that was really fun." And then it was like, "Okay, let's throw the can really hard on the ground," and it like kind of shoots and sprays. It's like, "Well, that's very fun. So let's just keep doing that." And we probably threw like 70 cans on the ground on the
dog.
What kind of soda was it?
Everything.
Oh god.
You guys
All
get
over
like
Shasta.
You guys were like the nightmare kids for me to be like stuck with for like a sleepover situation. Just doing bad stuff where I'm like, I could be bad, but this is plain old wasteful. I get all boomer. now, hey, I get all tough fish. Now, all right, guys, god damn it, we gotta cut
Your
this
dad
out.
worked hard to pay for that milk.
Yeah, I'd be pissed. I'd be
Slaving
like,
away.
At least give me a bunch, put in my backpack before you fucking smash them all. I'd be
I don't like
there's
wasting food.
I'd be like the fucking fat guy in that video handing the cops the 2 Mountain Dews before it gets rescued from the fire.
But it rocked. They would just shoot everywhere, and you're like, that was really fun. But it only lasts like a millisecond, so you got to do it again, and got to like try to throw them at each other, so like it would shoot. And my parents came home and were very pissed. Had to clean off the whole. It's just covered in soda and sugar.
Well, just wait for it to rain.
I think it was 06. Whenever the Super Bowl was in Detroit, 06, I think.
05, 06, early 06.
05 season, yeah, like Jan 06, whatever. I remember walking we had a Super Bowl party that was like a family friend, so just like 100 people there and everyone getting fucked up and gambling and stuff. And a bunch of us cool teens took a walk to like the 7-Eleven, and we all had like car wash money, so we just had money to blow. We bought tons of Mentos and their Diet Coke, and brought it back and made like a giant fucking like big bundled together rocket of Coke, and just got it all over one of the parents' cars, just fountains and fountains. But I was gonna say that's the only time we were really wasteful, is we went to the party too after we ran out and got all of their Diet Coke to do it again because we still had Mentos left.
Yeah, so like you just kind of
you don't want to waste the Mentos.
Diet Coke was gross to me back then, so I didn't see it as a problem.
Yeah,
And now I realize I probably forced a bunch of fat guys to drink soda, full powered.
But their bodies weren't ready to handle.
Sorry.
Yeah. Well, even back then, I liked diet soda.
I did not.
Interesting.
Ew. Like I drink it now, but ew. When I was a kid, ew.
I think it was about 14, 15, around when I started drinking diet soda.
We were never allowed to have soda, so I was just happy to have any soda.
Remember Diet Pepsi had the sky blue color?
I do.
Wrap. I remember drinking it around that time, and I just, as a kid, tasted the most chemical fucking taste in it, and I was like, I never want this again. But now, it's one of my favorites.
I hate because it tastes like
Pepsi
chemicals
one's
to me.
better.
That's
Pepsi Max.
Pepsi Max the zeros are so much better. My dad that's all my dad. He would drink Diet Pepsi and then like Jim Beam, and that was like his drink. And so we just always had Diet Pepsi in the fridge in the garage.
That reminds you so much of my uncle that would love golfing and drinking that.
Yeah,
Such a fucking get fucked up at 2 p.m.
I remember being like a kid and like opening when we got the garage and like the fridge in the garage, and like being, I think I was probably like 14, 15, just opening and be like, damn, it's only Diet Pepsi in here. This sucks. And still grabbing one, just drinking it, being like, oh, I hate this. I hate this. It fucking sucks.
I think back to that, being like a fat 12-year-old and not wanting to drink diet soda. Like, why would you not? I don't know.
The government should send you a garage fridge once you're a homeowner with a garage.
Yeah. They should.
A benefit.
It was just,
if you don't have a garage, they should build you one.
Well, that's okay. Yes, please. I would love that. But
I have fond memories of going to garage fridges. You're always going out there for something good.
Yeah, of course.
King of the Hill style.
The garage fridge is where the freezer has all like the stuff they don't want in the house right away, so it's some cool shit. And then like there's always soda
pizzas.
or beer, and
you can hide in the freezer.
Yeah, there's pizzas and there's like those like ice cream bars. It's like that's the good shit.
The fucking Otter Pops.
Yeah,
like the actual
fudgesicles.
Oh man, stuff.
That's the good shit. Going into someone's garage fridge and be like, all right, what can I drink?
My drink of choice in my grandma's garage fridge was Barks root beer. Easy.
Ooh,
nice.
Ooh.
Oh yeah,
that's a good get from a garage fridge. I feel it's always ginger ale.
Yeah, my grandma's the goat at having. That grandma was the goat at having variety. My other grandma would have. She's one that where I've talked about before. She'd have the gold cans of Coke, like the caffeine-free diet.
Yeah.
She'd be like, boys, this is mine. Don't touch this. We're all like, we're good. You're going to have all 12 of those still when we leave.
We will go nowhere.
It's true. There would be, you know how many kids are in my family?
Yeah.
They would all still be there. We don't fuck with that shit.
That's
like a waste of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how you keep people from taking your shit. It's like having only O'Douls in the fridge.
Drinking Coke Gold tastes like drinking something in a dream where it's just not going into you.
Yeah, what's the point? I don't get that.
I don't know.
I mean,
caffeine-free Coke. Like, just drink a different soda. Drink orange soda. Drink
nice
ginger
people
ale.
with really bad dietary restrictions, I guess.
Yeah, maybe if they miss the taste, but like, I don't know.
Or you want a Coke before bedtime.
You're better off sucking on one of those like little barrels, Coke barrels, like the hard
candies. The root beer barrels.
Yeah,
I would drink Drink a root beer that doesn't have caffeine.
Wait, you kind of have that'd be imagine a diet, or like a Coke Zero flavored gummy instead of just Coke. I like that. Actually, it probably would taste really chemically if they try to go
And
for
it's a sugar-free gummy?
Yeah, it's got erythritol, and then we get to
Ooh, I would love to have a whole bag of those sugar-free gummies.
You know what I want? I just want like a erythritol like dispenser in my pantry.
They really should ban
that. I can just squirt it into my water bottle.
I thought you said erythritol dispensary. Imagine all these teens eating edibles and they're sitting there like really high with diarrhea. They all think they're dying.
Oh my
Anything
God.
with tall in it, they shouldn't sell that.
Can you imagine?
Why not?
It's fine.
It gives you diarrhea.
Can you
you have
imagine
too
you eat a
much.
fucking massive bag of like gummies made with erythritol and you get high as fuck and all of a sudden you just have like if you cough you just have shit coming out of your ass. It's just that
That's the new
loose.
challenge. That should be the new YouTube challenge.
Be like I'm never doing weed again. This is fucking
The Haribo
crazy.
challenge.
5 sugar-free gummy bags in under 5 minutes. All right, eat them all.
You got to hold it in for 15 minutes.
Oh God.
The
dude.
one shit challenge. You eat a whole bag of those, and the challenge is to only take one shit.
You so when it comes out of you, are you done, or is it just one trip to the toilet? So if you stay and wait for like 10 minutes.
I think there should be a cool down timer on the toilet.
Okay.
I'll watch do the pregnancy pain simulator.
He does. He already is every day.
He would feel no
the
different.
way he
That's
walks
true.
around.
Yeah, he'd just be like, "Oh shit, my stomach hurts."
Probably
He
get a nice
waddles
long
around.
fart out of me. You feel great.
I don't get why they even make those. Like, who is the husband that's anticipating their wife having a baby, and they're like, "I bet pregnancy feels good as fuck. I bet she
honestly,
feels
probably a lot of
so
guys.
good."
Well, that's why it's bought by like YouTubers just for content, but
Yeah, it
it
seems
probably
like
just
it.
exists so that people can buy it to be like, see, if it's so easy, put these on. And then the wife gets to crank it up and basically burn them. It's awesome.
I think I would save the money and put it toward the baby instead of buying that.
Well, the baby needs to make money for themselves.
Save that for diapers, because you're gonna have plenty of shit to spend money on soon.
You guys remember that game that was like it's like something that sell like Spencer's or something, but you would hold on to like the buzzers and there'd be like a little light and it goes around. You gotta hit your button when it's on you, but if you hit it at the wrong time, you get fucking zapped. It would electrocute you a little bit and it'd fucking hurt
Maybe.
depending on like the setting you'd have it on. It was a really
Yeah,
scary
I knew a guy who
game to
died
play.
from one of those. I knew a guy who died from touching a bug zapper.
Yeah. Have a pacemaker.
Was it Adam?
No, he was a stink
Uh,
bug. It was a stink bug I befriended.
You know stink bugs? That
Yeah.
makes sense. That makes
Well, I
sense.
teach them to stink on command, and I'll have them like
Making small
crawl
talk.
under someone's door.
Yeah, this moth from my work flew into a bug zapper the other day.
It's so sad. He had kids.
He had friends. I seen him.
I have a bug zapper indoors.
Well, yeah.
It'll be funny to
Well, you
have
got
like
the
right
spray.
next to me, and you hear it just going off on the mic over and over again.
Well, you know what? What you could do is just not throw out your trash and keep buying a bunch of dumb shit, and then use, instead of I don't know, throwing that stuff away, you just use either homemade or store bought bug spray and spray inside, and then you get the bug zapper set up, and that's gonna be really funny.
Googling, can you reuse fly tape if you clear them all off?
And you
Wipe
wash
them.
it off.
Rinse it up.
Putting in the dishwasher and you just open it up and all these flies just burnt to the sides of your dishes.
It's, so I was watching some of their videos yesterday, and they had one that was titled like "Cleaning Part 2," and it was just them unboxing a bunch of shit they bought from Walmart. There was no
Yeah,
cleaning
it's like
involved.
when they say cleaning, they mean organizing stuff, like organizing all their like fake plastic jewelry into binders
They're de-cleaning.
because they think they're gonna sell it or something. Like they
Yeah.
think they're doing crafts and they're running a business, and then meanwhile they're just like insects crawling all
Yeah,
over
they're
every
sorting
inch
through
of this
Jews.
place.
That was weird.
Sorting through the video that's supposed to be sorting through jewelry, but it says sorting through the Jews or something.
Like isolated people, they'll hype each other up so much in this house where they all think that like they're the most entertaining people in the world and everything they do is interesting.
That's a good point, Alex. You're so fucking smart.
That's right. I know. I fucking know. It's like when people who aren't really funny think we should make a podcast together for these riffs, and then it turns out to not be that funny. But it's like a mom and her son and the niece, and they're like riffing about not taking out the trash and how like you shouldn't clean out the cat's litter box, and there's just no outside input, and I don't know how you even fix that because like
They have like a $50,000 Patreon for their podcast fly tape.
If someone came into that house and said,
fly on that wall.
you can't have like 50 bags of trash with flies all over them, they would say, fuck you.
Say, yes, we can.
Yeah, we can. Fuck you.
Listen, we are spraying every single day, okay?
Yeah, you don't even fucking know how hard my mom worked to make that home bed for. You don't know me at all. You don't know how hard we clean.
That's why we have 1,000 bugs flying around right now.
You know, instead of my name, not my story. You know my bugs, not their names.
I hate when you have to reuse names, like when the hurricanes start over. Because I just ran out of names for these bugs.
Ugh. The fly tape.
I want to eat some bugs.
The one with the fly tape.
What kind of bug would you like to eat first?
Mosquito.
Okay, start small and then work your way up.
Yeah. I think the biggest bug I would like to eat would be a frog.
Okay, that makes sense.
Bad news. Who's going to tell them?
Or a bat.
A bird.
A bird.
Oh, wait, shit, a bat is a bird.
Yeah, a bat is a bird, but you could eat a frog. That's a bug.
Is a seed a bug?
I think it depends if it has legs. If a seed has legs, then it has to be a bug.
But it grows.
But how many
if it has
legs?
roots,
if it has too many legs, then it's a spider.
Yeah, if it has 4 legs, then it's probably a half spider.
An octopid.
If it has 16, then it's probably a double spider.
Yeah.
You ever seen a double spider?
I make them.
You're fucked.
I make them all the time. I glue them
Just
together.
describing a centipede.
Long spider.
I found long spiders. I found long spiders all over the floor. It's weird.
We got long spiders.
I've seen a wolf spider in my shower. I peed it off the ceiling.
House centipedes are the worst shit. Like, they're so horrifying. They're
scary.
You can't even imagine. I've never seen one in my house. I remember it was in the basement. It was the basement bathroom of the dorm building, and that's the only time I've seen one of those horrible bugs.
We used to have them quite a bit because we lived in a house that was 170 years old.
Yeah.
And we had the mud floor basement, so they would just come up through like vents and shit.
Yeah, it was an old building, and it was the bottom floor, but you don't want to see one of those.
No.
We have a crawl space.
One of those in the dark once.
We have a crawl space, but they insulated it, and like it's completely like covered in plastic, so like nothing can get in. So the only bugs that we get that come in just because when you live down south, that's just what happens. But it's not that bad. We got more bugs in our apartments, and I just spray. Like I'll forget to spray, like because that Zevo stuff that she used in the video actually really does work. But you just spray the doors, the windows, and then like any entryways, and that keeps bugs and critters.
They probably
out.
had it really diluted like a shampoo. Will people keep filling the shampoo bottle up?
But like,
there's also a thing you can get where it sucks in bugs and it has a UV light.
Yeah, we have that.
It's
too.
like $20.
Yeah,
those are good. If you get a fly in, it just gets in the window when you're opening it up. It'll eventually find its way down into that, and then at the bottom of it, there's a sticky pad.
Yeah, that's what we have. One of those, and then like I'll just spray, and then I'll see a bug come into the house, and then it's like, oh shit, all right, well I'll just like spray, and I spray the perimeter, and then guess what? Don't see fucking bugs for like 3 months until I
try burying
a bug gun too.
Should bury a statue of St. Joseph upside down around the perimeter, and the bugs won't get in.
Well, I gotta pray to St. Anthony to find my statue of St. Joseph.
Oh fuck.
Who's the saint of bugs?
I'll ask St. Jude if it gets tough.
St. Jude's the patron saint of fucking losers.
Yep, fucking loser lost cause bitches.
Fucking loser pussies.
Yep, patron saint of fucking hopeless pussies. St. Jude over here.
Pieces of shit.
So cool. Do you guys know about the St. Joseph thing?
Mm-hmm.
Realtors do that. Realtors do that where they'll bury an upside down statue of St. Joseph somewhere on the property to make it sell quicker. It's like a superstitious thing.
Oh, that's smart.
It's all the Catholic
we found
shit.
one. We found one in our yard once.
Oh no shit!
It's so weird.
Yeah.
That's when you are trying to find a lost item, you pray to St. Anthony, and then you find it, and it's like, okay, well, you just looked hard. You were gonna find it eventually. So
yeah, they were just trying to give you something to do while you find it.
Yeah, exactly. That's just the Catholic superstition. I remember when I was first dating my wife, and like just being from Ohio and being Catholic, you're just like, oh yeah, I guess I'm Catholic. I wouldn't even say that now, but when I was like 24, and then my wife's sister at the time was like super big into like her like evangelical church, and so my wife was like, oh, like I'll relate to her. It's like, oh, this guy I'm dating, he's like he's Catholic, and she was like, oh, they're idol worshipers.
Oh God!
And I was like, you know what? Technically true.
True, you're burying shit upside down to make a spell happen. That's just witchcraft. You're just doing witchcraft.
We literally have a piece of bones and little glass things all over.
Yeah, they're praying to some guy's foreskin.
And like she was kind of like offended for me, and then she told me that, and I was like, oh no, that's totally true. Like we're totally.
Yeah,
it's true.
It's just the smug cat though. Where the Protestant would be like, yeah, the difference is we don't pray to Mary. I'm like, it's veneration. You dumb fucking bastard. It's not prayer. We just think we respect her because it's Jesus' mom. You stupid cunt. Why don't you go listen to a song in church with guitar playing, you fucking loser? Why don't you have fun at your fucking 17-hour Sunday service? I'll do my 1 hour and be home for football, you stupid bitch. That was me as a Catholic teen.
So many of them will just replace Mary with somebody else, like Melanie Mack.
That's true.
True.
They get rid of Mary, and then you just find a new mother figure that you kind of want to fuck.
Oh, well, that just rolls us back. You know, some guys are just looking for a new mom.
Yep.
And like Mary, she would need a divine intervention to get pregnant.
Yeah, and also like Mary, she attracts virgins.
That's true.
Yep.
Thank you, everyone.
And like Joseph, they don't fuck.
And they're upside down.
And they're upside down.